Okay, this may be the last video for Mr. Narukami here, or it may not be. I don't know. Whatever.
I wish you good luck.
And I think he's got 19 scenes. I went back and looked. Let's see how this goes. I know there's 3 more fights, something like that. It seems that the number of invisible walls has decreased. Could this mean the end is near? Just as I think that, I hear a familiar voice.
That's enough!
Wow. Hello. That was Miss President's voice. It was coming from the door to the announcement room. I finally made it. I opened the door to the announcement room and rushed inside. Oh, hello.
You're finally here. Hello, Sensei.
Hello, fuckface.
Congratulations! How does it feel to have won the P1 Grand Prix?
Not great, but whatever. The general smirks at me as I pass through the door. Behind him, Miss President and Rise. When the two of them see me, Miss President looks confused, while Rise's face lights up with joy.
There you are, Senpai. You're late.
I had to stay cautious of the general, but I signaled to the girls that everything will be alright now. The general is closer to them than I am. I can't afford to make any reckless moves just yet. And there's one more thing I need to know.
Teddy, where's Nanako?
Yeah, Birch. I look around the announcement room, but Nanako is nowhere to be found. The general's face distorts with an ugly glee.
Nana-chan's right here. See?
Slowly, the general extends the arm that was held behind him. And there was Nanako. Her arms are clutched to her chest as she slowly takes a few steps towards me, obviously frightened.
Nanako!
After taking a step forward, I noticed something bizarre. The general disappeared? For a brief instant, my full attention has been focused on Nanako. The general had been staying directly behind her, but now he's gone. How could he have gone somewhere else that quickly, right in front of me, without me noticing it?
Big bro.
You're a fake, aren't you? While I'm confused about the general's disappearance, Nanako weakly calls to me. Nanako's obviously been weakened by being in the TV world. She totters toward me unsteadily, looking ready to collapse at any moment. I can think about the general later. I have to save Nanako right now. As I stretch out to her, Rise yells.
Senpai, no! Nanako-chan's not there!
Nanako-chan's not here? What is she saying? She's right here. Just as I'm about to say so, my hand stops. Something's not right. I try to look into Nanako's face once more. And in her eyes, I saw madness. Oh dear.
Oh, so close! Just a little more and Sensei would have been a goner!
Fuck you.
You bastard!
I barely reacted in time to draw my sword to block the attack. The general suddenly appeared out of nowhere to attack me with his cane, and I got a good look at him as our weapons clashed together. I see the madness in his face. The same madness that I had seen in Nanako's only a moment before. That's when I noticed that Nanako has disappeared. What's going on?
You've got it wrong, Senpai. It's all been him from the beginning.
He knew it all along.
He can make whoever's looking at him see him as someone else.
Really?
So he's not actually taking on other forms?
No, he's just distorting the things you see and hear.
That's right. The enemy is able to control what I see and hear. I realized that after all the battles I'd had today, but seeing Nanako had made me forget all about them. The general laughs at this. I seem to be inserting my own words here and there.
It's hard for me to show someone who isn't here. But you actually saw this Nanako girl? You're hopeless.
F you. Just like how my friends hadn't actually gone crazy before our fights, Nanako had never been brought into this world in the first place. The appearance before me is a fake. He distorted our senses, all to make us suffer. But just as I thought, he couldn't deceive Rise's persona abilities. That's why he kidnapped her, to keep her from warning us during his tournament. Now that I know that, I pushed the general's cane away and jumped back towards the girls in order to distance myself from him. Good, now I'm between them and the general. I then looked straight at the one behind this bizarre situation.
Who in the world are you?
You still can't tell? Seriously, the level of intelligence around here. Find them. Here. Get a good look.
Is it time for a movie? That's slightly scary. Well, gee. Hello there, Robo Girl. That's a pretty cool axe. I want it. It's a large two-headed axe slash jetpack. No, really, axe is a jetpack too. It's pretty sick.
I am a shadow. The true self. That's my face.
I saw metal limbs, golden eyes, a ponytail, and a mirror image of Miss President's face, even though she was standing behind me, trembling.
How about it? You wanted to see what I am, didn't you? Why does she look like me?
Kinda, anyway.
That's its true form. That thing is your shadow. This is a shadow? She really came from inside me?
Yes, ma'am. But Missy tries to calm Miss President, but the girl shakes her head in denial and squeezes her eyes shut. While Miss President refuses to look at this mechanical-looking being, I now understand what is going on. Because this isn't the first time I've seen a robotic girl before. All the facts match up. The way she was able to run so fast without so much as breathing heavily, even in the TV world. The sense of wrongness I'd had when Miss President had asked me about killing my friends. The way she avoided telling me her name. That superhuman strength when she hit Chie, and that incredible jump to get away from us. And the Shadow's ability to interfere with the senses of other people. Just as Margaret had said, all the pieces to the puzzle were laid out before me. They've all come together, and now I can see the truth. She is indeed Labrys. Labrys, another weapon with a heart, stolen by someone unknown and thrown into the TV world, created this school and forced us to fight our friends. This deep-rooted depression regarding her past memories. All of us took the form of Labrys' shadow, who manipulated everything here.
Labrys, don't look away. If you don't accept her, she'll get even stronger.
We've done this a million times before. Miss Labrys only shivers when I call out to her. There has to be some reason why she believed that she was the student council president. But that's just a disguise, more for herself than us. No matter how comfortable it is, it's only there to cloud her eyes from the truth.
I don't know what your past was like. It must have had some painful memories.
Probably.
But you have us with you now. We're going to get you out of here.
Spoiler alert, it was really fucking horrible. Play Labrys. Just look up somebody that's done Labrys' story mode or something. Because I'm not doing it. I call out the Labrys while keeping an eye on the shadow. A shadow is the darkness within a person's heart. Unless it is accepted by the person it came from, it will never disappear for good. But with that in mind, all we can do is watch over her as she accepts this darkness within her. We'll have to protect her when the shadow goes berserk and tries to kill her. But Labrys continues to shake her head and tremble violently. My words aren't getting through to her.
You hear that, me? Your friend is trying to tell you something.
Listen up!
Too bad he doesn't understand at all. His friends are so hopelessly naive.
Excuse me, ma'am. The shadow laughs shrilly. Did I say that right? Shrilly? I guess so. It continues to smear more poison into Labrys'
I
heart.
wish you could have made me feel my pain. What it's like having to murder one another.
Oh boy.
That sadness and pain and anguish. Everything went black, and I was always left alone. I'm a weapon. A machine made only to fight. No human can understand my suffering.
I don't know, maybe Solid Snake Camp, because he's always like, what can soldiers do in this world with no wars going on? They have no purpose. Man, Metal Gear got really stupid. Yeah, I mean, it was already kind of stupid, but it was like a fun kind of stupid, but then 4 happened, and you know, Phantom Pain and fucking Ground Zeroes and fucking Revengeance or Rising, whatever the fuck it's called, happened, and yeah.
Stop!
Yeah.
I've had enough!
It's pretty dumb.
Human! I'm not like that!
It makes me almost appreciate Metal Gear Solid 2. Almost. This isn't good. I settle into a fighting stance, ready for anything, though I have a good idea what's going to happen.
Oh, you're still clinging to that. Then take a look at what you really are.
The Shadow's eyes gleam, with a golden light. The change begins immediately. As Shimmer runs across Labrys's body, and instead of the normal human girl that had been there a moment ago, she has a metallic body, just like her shadow.
No! No!
Labrys loses all composure and scratches at her arm, trying to tear away the metal that had appeared. But there was more to her change than just her arms. Her legs, waist, chest, even her head, everything not covered by her clothing was now obviously mechanical. The reality that she didn't want to face. There are no words that we can say to her. No matter what we say, reality won't change. Labrys falls to her knees, and finally mutters the words I was dreading she'd say. You totally know what this is leading to.
You're lying. This isn't real. I'm not a machine. You're not me.
Oh boy. Places, everyone. Action. She's denied the truth of the Shadow's creation. With this, the Shadow's face twists with an evil rapture. Oh boy.
Finally, you finally said it. Now I can be myself.
Well, shit.
Yes, the power.
Yeah, she doesn't really turn into a horrible monster, she just kind of summons one. No, she has Satan. That's not good. I have a guy that shoots lightning. I'd hoped I could save her before I got to this point. But that might have been impossible anyway. It's difficult enough to confront the truth, and in her case, it was accompanied by revealing the true form that she'd been so desperate to hide. She is a machine, and she was forced to perform painful acts that most likely no one could ever comprehend. The truth she was avoiding wasn't just part of her personality, but her actual body itself. I can't imagine the shock she's experiencing. But now that the reality she built for herself has crumbled, I want to help her. She may be a machine, but she has a heart. Labrys has denied her past in which she was forced to fight and kill her friends, and her pain comes out in a long, echoing scream. What has to be done to a heart to cause such terrible screams? There's only one thing that we can do. Well, we look up to who you truly are. Yar, I think. Okay, yay. Is it time for a fight, or do we have to do more talking first? I don't remember. Okay, it's a fight. Shadow Labrys! Well, she is a separate selectable character. Both Labrys and Shadow Labrys are clearly different characters. Different mechanics and everything. Yeah, you bitch! Nope! Get away! Oh, wait!
Nice try.
Oh! Bitch! Oh, that was actually the easiest time I've ever had with Shadow Labrys. Usually she puts up a little bit of a fight. That was, nothing really. Yeah. I'll take it. Yeah. This will be a longer video, but I guess I'll do it all in one shot. Bleh. The power that Labrys' shadow had gathered dissipates. It's over. All that's left is for Labrys to accept the darkness within her. But will she truly be able to do it? I turn around, but Labrys hasn't moved a muscle. She had been avoiding having to watch the battle just now as well. What more can I do for her?
Labrys.
The moment I called to her.
There they are!
Oh my god!
Labrys!
Oh Jesus Christ, I'm being assaulted by friends.
Sister, Narukami-san.
Uh-oh. I never touched her. Don't shoot me. Nice lady. Chie and Aya-san. And not just them. Yukiko and Yosuke right behind them. Well, that's half a good thing anyway. And then there are even more surprises.
Man, as soon as that invisible wall thing disappeared, I knew you did it.
We ran into Aika-san along the way. She told us about Lapras and everything.
Neat.
A little late, wasn't it? If someone told me what was going on from the start, I would have...
Kanji, yeah.
You fell into the TV when you were half asleep. For crying out loud, you really know how to blow it when it counts.
Yeah, remember when they were talking about, well, only an idiot would sleepwalk and fall into a TV or whatever? Yeah, that's what Kanji did. Ha ha ha.
Hey, what you gonna tell them for?
I love Kanji.
I don't think this is the time for that.
Where'd you come from? Seriously.
Huh? Naoto?
Yeah, we were surprised too. The job she was on turned out to be related to all this.
Yeah. Kanji, who had been missing before we went inside the TV, and the real Teddy are here. There's even Naoto, who wasn't supposed to have been able to come to Inaba. It looks like the whole investigation team's been brought back together, and I didn't know it. Everyone says that Rise had told them pretty much what had been going on. Their smiles are encouraging. I turn to speak to Lapras, who has been silent all this time.
These are my friends. We've all faced our weaknesses at one time or another.
Lapras finally responds.
Your weaknesses. You've all faced your shadows?
That's right. Everyone, well, not me, but whatever. I cheated. Everyone gathers around Lapras. Unless you count the anime, then he faces his shadow at the end, but it's not special. Yeah. Lapras tries to shrink away nervously, but Rise is behind her and won't let her retreat.
Sheesh, enough doom and gloom. If you don't hurry and accept her, she'll get all lonely. But I'm a weapon who didn't want to fight. And I dragged you all into this.
Well, I imagine it wasn't on purpose.
You're still hung up on that? It's over already, dummy.
Did Kanji always have that scar? I don't think I've noticed that.
Your jumping skills were amazing, but you're surprisingly sensitive, aren't you?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with her jumping skills?
I hate to say this, but I have to concede to Yosuke that's an excellent point.
You're really cute, Labby-chan. You're so meta-luring.
Are you all listening to me? Lapras needs to face her shadow now, and...
Naoto's gonna bust a cap in somebody, I think. This was going well at first, but now everyone's talking about different things and we're completely off topic. Yeah. Of course, that's not unusual with all of us. I have to laugh, and I apologize to Lapras that things didn't quite wrap up as I'd hoped. Lapras looks back at me with a blank expression. Can't she tell that we're not treating her any differently? I turn towards Aiga-san, and she meets my gaze. She nods silently, then stands before Lapras. She seems slightly nervous.
Nice to meet you, Lapras. Or rather, sister.
Aigis is the little sister. Kinda.
I am Aigis, the 7th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon.
But more advanced, yo.
I am your successor.
And hey, I helped save the world once. It was really neat. Lapras jerks up and looks up at Aiga-san. At the same instant, Yukiko gasps in surprise.
What? Excuse me, but you're... I mean, are you also...
Yukiko, you're a little slow on the uptake sometimes, darling.
Yes, I too am a robot.
Don't sell yourself short, you're an android.
It just
There's a
occurred to
difference.
you now?
Yeah. Were you with her all this time, Yukiko? How did you not notice something like that? Because that's the way she is. She's, like, super fucking intelligent, like valedictorian material, but she could be a little airheaded about some things. It is so like you. Once again, everyone looks towards Aiga-san and Lapras, the non-human sisters. Now that I see them standing together, there is something like a family resemblance. I don't see it, but whatever. Maybe I've been wrong this whole time. If Lapras is Aiga-san's older sister, then should I be calling her Lapras-san? Well, I guess that doesn't matter.
My mission to retrieve you has brought me here. My colleagues are waiting for you. Are they gonna lock me up again? Well, considering all I did, of course they will.
Lapras' expression darkens. I hadn't thought about it, but if Lapras and Aiga-san are treated as weapons, it's no surprise that there would be measures to keep them in check. But Lapras shouldn't have to just accept it. Aiga's deadened. If he truly is going to be locked up, I make up my mind and wait for what Aiga-san has to say next, but she smiles.
We can discuss that later.
Right now, there is an important task you must carry out.
Yeah, your shadow is just kind of dead on the ground going...
I gotta do this, huh?
Aga-san quietly points at the shadow that has remained still while we've been talking. Labras looks at the shadow and then turns away and casts her gaze down at the ground again. I see. So now I'm gonna have to act.
It's okay. We're all right here with you.
I indicate my friends that have gathered around her. I had been forced to fight against my friends, just as Labras had in the past, but I had been able to endure the suffering that Labras had not. Of course, I hadn't been forced to fight to the death. But the biggest difference between Labras and me is that I wasn't alone. What if I had been all alone in this place? What if everyone else had forgotten about me, and I'd had to fight all alone? Just the thought of that hurt. Labras had been forced to endure that pain. She must have thought that there was no escaping it. But she'd be alright now. We're not going to reject her. It doesn't matter if she's a machine. She's not alone anymore.
Yeah.
Labras slowly looks around at all the faces, searching each one for confirmation. Finally, she turns back to me and nods. Labras then walks over to face her shadow. When she walks, she no longer seems to be bound by her fear. She then looks down at herself. She looks at the mechanical body that she looks at the mechanical body that she had. Is that a typo? Or am I just dumb? Convinced herself she didn't have.
That's right. You're me.
Labras and her shadow turn to face one another and stare into each other's eyes. She can't avoid looking at the shadow now.
You're the way I was on the inside, screaming to be understood. The pain wanting to be known. You're all I couldn't say. You were always inside me. You're me. A machine with a heart.
And time for another little movie.
I'm sorry I ignored you all this time. I was the one who left you all alone.
Yeah, she sounds a little mechanical.
You are me, after all.
I doesn't sound quite that mechanical, but she is a more advanced model, so yeah. See Asterion, and now she gets I forget her name. Ariadne, something like that.
This is my persona.
Going down to Jersey. We'll get me a persona. Labras accepted the existence of her shadow and obtained a persona. It's finally over. We take Labras with us and follow Teddy and Rise to the school's rooftop, where they say it's connected to the TV in Junes. The invisible walls are all gone. Perhaps there were walls like that wherever she came from, and she drew on that in making this place. But I have a feeling she's truly been freed from those walls now. God, I can't read. Out loud, anyway. As in confirmation, Labras is slowly warming up to us, smiling more and responding to us when we start talking to her. When we reach the rooftop, we're surprised to see that the TV world has regained its studio-like appearance and that we were accustomed to. However, there are two unfamiliar faces waiting for us.
Mitsuru-san, Akihiko-san.
Uh-oh. These people have overwhelmingly intense presences, but thankfully they don't seem to be our enemies. The moment we see them, we tense up, but after Aga-san calls out in recognition, we learn that they are friends.
I'm Mitsuru Kirija, Labras' handler.
And one of the most important people in the world. A bodysuit like something out of a movie with a fur coat on top. It's a look that doesn't really work, but her name immediately reminds you of something. The Kirijo group, and if she has the same name, she must be quite an influential person in it. The research organization that developed Labras and Aga-san must belong to her.
I'm Akihiko Sanada. Sorry for all this trouble.
What a bunch of weirdos. The man with the red cape appears to be quite comfortable with Mitsuru-san and Aga-san. He must have been helping them fight shadows for some time. Is there some reason why people on shadow extermination squads have to dress like crazy people?
So, what's going to happen to Labrys now?
Before we fully introduced each other, Yosuke asked Mitsuru-san what I've been wondering myself. I know all of us have been worried about this, but I was waiting for a good moment to bring that up. Even Yosuke seems to have realized how out of line this question is, and he shrinks back sheepishly as if regretting having asked the question. I don't know why Yosuke's worried, but why does he keep stepping on landmines like this? Because he's Yosuke! Doesn't know when to keep his damn trap shut. Well, if he's already stepped on it, we may as well wait for the smoke to clear and see if there's any answer, and see if there's any bits of Yosuke left.
Well, you deserve to know. We were thinking of sealing her away again.
Well, they were thinking? Did something change their minds? Mitsuru-san turns to Labrys. There's a smile on her face, but is she smiling for the reason we hope she is?
But our report from Aigis says that thanks to you, Labrys has acquired a persona.
Yeah?
She's hardly a rogue test unit anymore. Besides, she has a heart.
It'd be kind of inhumane to lock her away.
We would never treat anyone with a heart so poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it!
Kanji didn't do shit!
Thank goodness! I'm so happy for you, Labrys!
My friends roar in excitement. Labrys looks around at us all, bewildered, before saying anything. Even though we've only known her for a very short time, before I come to accept her as our friend. It's supposed to take longer than that, but whatever. Mitsuru-san's words come to us as a great relief. As if I'd been worried that she might lock me up too.
Good job, guys. Let me say thanks.
Oh, you're welcome, sir. He speaks without any hint of concern, but I see a touch of gratitude in Akihiko-san's eyes. He certainly looks... how can I put it? Bold. But he must be an honest and upright person. I guess I could call him stoic. There's a distinct brusqueness to him. There's no way that people so considerate would neglect the goodness of Labrys' heart. It seems that Labrys can't believe everything she's hearing. She turns from Akihiko back to Mitsuru-san.
You're not gonna lock me up again? No fooling?
We only seal away objects. If I did that to you, knowing you have a heart, I'd be no different from the Kirijo Corporation of old.
The Kirijos used to be a bunch of pricks, and then Mitsuru took over. Well, okay, Mitsuru's grandpa was a dick. Her dad was pretty cool, and then, well, then there's her.
Labrys, you've been blessed with good friends.
It just met us, but okay. Labrys looks stunned for a moment, then scrunches up her face as if about to cry. But then her face lights up with a brilliant smile. You would think that anyone capable of making these expressions was just a machine. I find myself almost moved to tears as well. We're just about to leap forward to congratulate Labrys once again when... beep. Labrys' head droops suddenly, like a puppet whose strings have been severed. I'm about to rush over to see what the matter is when I see Akihiko-san take a fighting stance. I realize that this is no ordinary matter. Suddenly, a bizarre voice emanates from Labrys.
It's not over yet.
Oh, that's a really creepy voice, by the way. That isn't Labrys' voice. Hey, it's the final boss music from Persona 4. Yeah. This abnormality seems to have made Mitsuru-san come to realization.
What? It's the same communication system as ours.
Everyone, step away from Labrys!
Oh boy. Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san rapidly shout instructions to us. Wait. Oh, they spelled it wrong. They spelled it instructions. We all spread out and watch Labrys from a distance.
I cannot gain access. She is being hacked.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It isn't coming from inside this facility. The signal originates elsewhere.
You mean outside the TV?
Outside the TV? That's right. I cursed at myself for having forgotten that was supposed to have been the cause of all this. All this was going on because Labrys had somehow been placed into a TV. So then there has to be someone outside who threw her in here. The same person who stole Labrys from the Kirijo group, then threw her into a TV, is now taking direct control over her.
This is just a little extra resistance. Now, entertain me.
Oh boy. The nonchalant voice fills with malice. With a dazed look in her eyes, Labrys looks up and dashes forward. She's fast. I barely dodge her axe in time. Surprised, I look up at Labrys once more. Her eyes are blank, as if she wasn't looking at anything. Those eyes were once filled with the strength of responsibility and an awareness of duty. Her face had once been filled with sorrow over a painful past. And she had smiled when she'd found a real friendship for the first time in her life. Whatever's controlling her has stolen all these things from Labrys. Then, we'll save her no matter what it takes.
We'll save her no matter what you try.
Yeah. Oh boy, it's time for the last battle. Yeah, I guess we will be doing this all in one video. We're at the 30-minute mark now, but meh. Let's just finish it out. Might as well. Ooh, we gotta fight Labrys now.
Final. Fight.
Yep. Oh shit! Oh shit! God damn it!
Nice try. Over here.
Come on.
Over here. Over here.
You have to try harder than that, darling. Oh shit! I'll just throw lightning, whatever. Oh shit! That wasn't too bad. Hooray for the Sister Complex, Kingpin of Steel. Final boss defeated. Yay.
My, she was quite easily defeated. Evidently, I didn't push her far enough.
What a creepo.
Well, she is a test unit, so this is as far as my little game goes.
Labrys has stopped moving. The only sound is the smug voice that continues to emanate from her. Those heartless words cause anger to boil up within me.
Who are you? Why are you toying with people's emotions like this? Labrys isn't a tool. If you want to fight, then come out and fight!
You're quite passionate. You, Narukami, was it?
Actually, it was Soji Seta, but okay. This person, whoever he is, knows about me? Then maybe it isn't a coincidence that we were dragged into this. This revelation shakes all of us.
Labrys' shadow was only the mastermind of the tournament. I see now. You're the true culprit behind the whole thing.
Indeed. It was I who stole Labrys away. Since I don't have a persona and can't enter a TV, I needed a puppet that could run amok for me.
Now, there's theories as to who this could be since it's not revealed, but I'll get into that in a little bit.
Labrys' persona was only partially awakened, so I had a feeling her shadow would appear if she underwent a little suffering. You got the better of me this time. You deserve to know at least that much.
Enough is enough. I've never been so irritated knowing that I can't do anything to whoever's controlling Labrys.
This time. So your scheme hasn't ended.
Well then, everyone, until we meet again.
The communication cuts off abruptly without answering me. Labrys immediately slumps to her knees. Before I can even begin to move, Aga-san is already at Labrys' side to support her. Aga-san looks at me and nods, confirming that Labrys is alright. Thank goodness. Labrys is okay. I feel a bit of my strength drained from me. Still, the sword in my hands feels awfully heavy. Mitsuru-san speaks up from behind me, even as I consider this.
It seems whoever our adversary is, they're connected to us. I advise you not to get involved in this matter any further. From here on, you should leave this to us.
What? Wait a second. We went through this whole big thing and that's it?
She's right. There's no way in hell we're backing out of this now.
I understand how you feel, but this is too dangerous for you. We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you. Trust in us and let us work.
My friends bristle at Mitsuru-san's proposal. After all, we've come this far, and we already knew about the dangers. There's so much I want to say, but I can understand why they'd want us to stay away.
Guys, I think we can trust Mitsuru-san. We should let them handle this.
My friends respond with looks of shock. Of course they don't agree. But now's not the time to complicate matters. One of them should understand why I'm backing down so easily. I'm gonna signal I'm gonna see what happens. It's supposed to be Yosuke, but I'm gonna signal Kanji. I stared directly into Kanji's eyes for a moment, hoping that he understands my intention here. But Kanji blushes and looks away. I've never seen that. Kanji. Come on, Kanji, get with the program. Hey, wait. What did you think I meant? That was worth it. Of course, it's stupid Yosuke. I turned towards Yosuke instead. I fixed Yosuke with a stern gaze, hoping he'll succeed where Kanji failed. Oh, sorry. If you haven't played Persona 4, you won't find it that funny, I guess. Come on, Yosuke, back me up.
Yeah. We're all tired, so let's just get the heck out of here.
At least you responded. Kanji thinks I'm trying to hit on him or something with my eyes. I gave Kanji the bedroom eyes, I guess. I don't know. Herp. Smooth, Yosuke. Oh well. I sneak a glance toward Mitsuru-san and the others to see if they've picked up on this, but none of them appear to have noticed. Maybe they're just pretending not to notice. Well, in any case, it means we've been let go for now. I sighed with relief before urging everyone into the exit TV. Let's go home, this sucks. When I return to the real world, exhaustion from the events of the day catch up to me. I'm more tired than I had expected. Then again, I had been fighting all this time. It can't be helped. Everyone else seems tired too, so we decide to go our separate ways for the day. Still, everyone is safe, Labrys included. It'll still be a while before this case is completely closed, but I think we can assume that the disturbance has been settled, for now. I worry about the mastermind that had taken control of Labrys, but I need to rest for now. When I get back home, Nanako greets me with a bright smile. The moment I see that, all the exhaustion of the day hits me, along with a profound sense of relief. I can't keep myself from staggering. Nanako and my uncle were worried a bit by that, but that doesn't bother me at all. There was something I wanted to do in my room, but I hadn't even been in my room for an hour when my awareness melts into the darkness. Yeah, well. Maybe we should call Kanji. I wake up to my phone ringing. According to the call, we're supposed to meet up at the outskirts of the shopping district at the crossroads in front of the gas station. When I arrived, the other members of the investigation team had already shown up. Surprisingly, the one who called us was Labrys. She wanted us to come so that she could say her farewells to us.
Woo! Is that it?
Kanji, this is not the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Man, it's so long. What the heck kind of car is that? How does it even turn corners?
Yeah, they're really, C's doesn't bother to show up in like a, something a little less conspicuous. They show up in a big fucking limousine. Yeah. A long limousine drives up to us with surprising speed. It's so long that I can't believe that I was able to handle the country roads of Inba. I don't think I'll ever see another automobile like this in my life. The limo slows to a stop and smoothly parks beside us. Mitsuru-san climbs out of the back seat and nods to us. Labrys and Akihiko are in the back seat as well.
You're looking good, Labrys.
Sorry I made you come here all of a sudden, but there was something I really wanted to tell you guys.
When I look at her, Labrys smiles and looks embarrassed. She takes a moment to look around at all of us, then continues.
I decided to work with Mitsuru-san.
Oh yeah? Good for you.
I want to catch the darn culprit.
The darn culprit?
But, you know how you guys had my back during this whole mess?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This time, I want to get yours.
I wouldn't mind getting yours. What?
You go and do that.
I can't help but smile at the conviction and trust in her words. Labrys has faced her weakness and accepted it, and she's about to begin walking towards the goal she found on her own. That's why I don't see any reason to stop her. It'll be sad to see her go, but this decision is one Labrys made for herself.
This definitely ain't the last you've seen of me. When I come back, we'll hang out some, okay?
I certainly hope so.
I'll be waiting, and so will everyone else.
Well, you can join me in Yogi-Ko. It'll be fun.
Come back soon.
And there'll be no Yosuke's. With a big sign that says...
Such a rare beauty again. It's so tragic.
Okay, I'm going to have a sign that specifically says no teddies or Yosuke's.
That's what you're sad about?
Such a rare beauty. Har, har, har. Everyone has their own response to Labrys' news. But one thing's for sure, we'll be waiting for her. There's no lie behind that sentiment. After all, she is our friend. I like how they put that in quotation marks. She's our friend, air quotes. Mitsuru-san tells Labrys that it's time, and they get back into the limo. Labrys looks me right in the eye. She seems as if she might cry at any second, but resolved not to. She smiles.
You guys are the best. I'm glad it was you who were there when I woke up.
Well?
Whoops, she said, well, see ya. See ya, fuckers. Man and machine. I wonder if there's truly a difference between them anymore. The thought comes to me as we wave our final goodbyes to Labrys. The limo demonstrates impressive agility as it speeds off down the narrow rural roads. God, that's... God, I can't...
Aw, she's really gone.
Don't ask me to do an audiobook sometime. Ugh.
Seriously. Wish she could have stayed a little longer.
I would have liked that myself, but they have their own tasks that must be done.
Yosuke, don't look at me like that. It's really creepy. Look at Soji, he's just not impressed. Of course, he always has that look, so... Yosuke and I share a glance before Naoto says that. Their own tasks, huh? It's not just theirs. We smile at each other. I don't want to smile at Yosuke. Ever since I answered Mitsuru-san's proposal inside the TV, I've had my mind made up. Yosuke already knows how I think. Then again, that conversation wasn't very long ago. It had only been this morning. I don't know how she found my number, but after Labrys' phone call earlier, I decided to cook breakfast for Nanako and my uncle. Nanako hears me making noise in the kitchen and stands next to me, excited.
I'll help too.
Yay! This makes me happy. Why does Soji have this weird creepo look on his face? I panic for a moment when Nanako reaches for the other cutting board and a knife. I consider stopping her, then decide not to.
If you're gonna use the knife, be careful, okay? Make sure you don't cut yourself.
Uh-huh. I'm always careful when I cook with you.
I'll lose my shit if you get hurt. Nanako picks up a cucumber from the counter and begins slicing it diagonally. Her skills are still clumsy and unsteady, but all I do is caution her about how to hold the knife, and then I watch her work without intervening. She doesn't have to become a master all at once. All it takes is constant progress, little by little. The same can be said for me, or anybody. Even though things may hurt us, and we may want to give up, we just have to keep trying, as many times as it takes, until we see our goals through. Instead of nothing changing, I wish to see everything changing, along with myself.
Oops, sorry, Nanako. Could you put the knife down for a second?
Put the knife down!
Okay.
Yay. I ensure that Nanako has put the knife down before I answer my phone. I didn't have to look at the screen to know who was calling.
Hello? Is this Yosuke?
Like you don't know. Listen, about yesterday.
Shut up, you turd.
I thought this was coming.
Yeah, you're disturbing me and Nanako time. Yosuke rushes on, as if irritated that we have to have this conversation over the phone, but I managed to calm him down. It's funny that he's getting so excited over this, but I'm glad he managed to wait the whole night before calling.
Yosuke, do you remember the Moonlight Bridge? The one from our class trip?
Yeah, sure. I used to be a city boy too, remember? Hey, were you checking out the Kirijo group online?
Perceptive as always. Now that's my partner. Really? When I went back to my room last night, I spent as much time as I could searching for information about the Kirijo group online before I fell asleep. The Moonlight Bridge was super important in Persona 3. Of course, there wasn't anything about an organization involving Labrys or Aya-san, but the little I did find was better than nothing. Yosuke asked me if I planned to go back on my word to Mitsuru-san and the others. I did say that we ought to trust them to solve its mystery, but I never said that we should let them do it alone. After all, the person behind everything may be after us. On top of that, they were using others in horrific ways.
Can't back down from this, right?
Now you're talking, partner.
Stop calling me partner! I hate that. Yosuke and I continue to talk. We know that we're getting closer and closer to a battle with an enemy we haven't even seen yet. There's only one thought in my mind. No matter what kind of hardship what kinds of hardship await us on our path, we will continue to fight on. As long as we have friends that will walk the path alongside us. Nanako watches me talk on my cell phone and smiles.
You seem excited, big bro.
I am. I smile back at her innocent face before making a confident declaration.
The investigation team is back in action.
Nanako doesn't know what you're talking about. Yay! Oh my god, I can stop talking. Jeez. I'm hesitant to do any more story modes after that. I guess this is longer. Elizabeth's is a lot shorter, but I guess is. Hers is like tied for the longest. I think Chie's is like the same length-ish. But Aigis' beginning is so long. So anyway, to what I was saying earlier, who that could possibly be that's taking control of everything. Some of the story modes, like the end boss, is slightly different. And you get the idea that it's Nyarlathotep, or whatever his name is, from Persona 1, Persona 2, whatever. The guy that's a complete dickhead. Or he's like a demon that's a complete dickhead. And he's always like quarreling with Philemon. So that's one half of the equation, but you would think he'd be able to enter the TV. So that's the one who's controlling Labrys. It's not him. It's not Adachi, because one, he's in jail, and two, even if he wasn't, he does have a persona. He can enter the TV, and he probably wouldn't know how to hack. Not him. I think it's Ikutsuki from Persona 3, honestly. Yes, he was shot. Yes, he fell off the tower. No, we did not see him actually die. For all we know, before he hit the bottom, Nyarlathotep probably flew in and saved the jerk. That's my theory, anyway. I think it's Ikutsuki. I think he's alive still. And if it's not him, I don't know who else it could be, honestly. If it's not someone that we haven't seen. Wait, if it is someone that we haven't seen, then you got me. Just make up a villain, I guess. I'm trying to think of anybody else it could be. I mean, see, everyone from Strega died. I guess we didn't really see Takaya die, but that doesn't matter. One, he'd be dead by now because of the thing that happened to him or whatever. And if he didn't die from that, he has a persona. He can't enter the world. Blah blah blah. What else could it be? Any other villains? Not Namatame. You know, he's not really a villain, but yeah. Yeah, of people we've seen, unless it's another human villain from Persona 1 or 2, or both Persona 2s. I suppose that's possible, but I haven't played through them to completion, so I don't know. I really want to say it's Ikutsuki, but I don't know. Then again, for one of the trailers for Persona Arena 2 that's coming out sometime, you see a silhouette of somebody that looks like Adachi. Now, I don't know what that means. He may be connected to all this somehow, but I'm sticking by my guns here. I'm saying it's going to be Ikutsuki, personally. So yeah, that was pretty fun. Mostly text. It was only like what? 7 fights. Yeah. So Yosuke, Yukiko, Chie, it's 3. Aigis, Elizabeth, it's 5. Shadow Labrys and regular Labrys. Labrys. Excuse me. So, I'll go ahead and say that, the way they do the stories for the most part, let's see, Soji's, Chie's, Yosuke's, and, Yukiko's are tied pretty closely together. Aigis, Mitsuru, Akihiko, and Naoto's story are tied closely together. Teddy and Kanji are, like, separate. And Kanji's is actually pretty funny. But I'm not going to do all that talking. Fuck that. Who am I missing? Is that everybody? Elizabeth is separate, and Labrys is like far and away separate. In fact, there's only one fight in Labrys' story. It is so much text, it's ridiculous. Her one fight is against Elizabeth at the end, and Labrys doesn't have her persona yet, so you get to fight Elizabeth without a persona. It's yeah, it's not great. But story mode fights aren't really that bad, so definitely dealt with worse. Like fucking score attack mode. Bullshit score attack. At least I'm not good enough for score attack.
This program was brought to you by the following sponsors.
I mean, I beat the first opponent in score attack mode twice, and that's it. First opponent is Yosuke. Yosuke's at the bottom of the ladder.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
And I know from reading online that Elizabeth is the last. And everybody gets like a super boost of some type.
Now then,
like Elizabeth has like 20,000 HP instead of the 6666 that she normally has. I guess has unlimited Orgia mode, 999 bullets. Yosuke is always at top speed, and just other stuff like that. I guess it's like the 9th one you fight, but
the persona you have acquired. It is a side
people that don't
view
consider
shows
Elizabeth the
itself
hardest
when you
usually
face the
consider,
world
I
around
guess, the
you.
hardest just because of the unlimited
Perhaps you
Orgia
can think
mode.
of it as
And
a
yeah.
determination you wear to face
So
various difficulties
yeah,
in life.
that's a wrap for this. I might wait a bit before doing another one of these because that kind of wore me out. Good grief, that's a lot of talking. But I will at some point come back and do Aegis's and Elizabeth's story. And I may throw in some other stuff like some arcade modes or something like that since it's all talking. Like I don't have to actually talk myself, it's voice acted. Anyway, thanks for watching, and at some point, this lady is next because Iris is super cool. Later.